All right guys, today we got a 2014 Mercedes C300. It's got a bad steering column lock module in it. We're going to show you how to replace it with an emulator. Let's get into it. All right guys, so I got the sun right in my face, so if I'm squinting, you guys understand. We're out here in the parking lot. It's pushing on, I don't know, almost 90 degrees so far. We're going to try to get this done as quick as possible. We've already determined the steering column lock module is bad. Steering column is locked, so that module is going to have to be removed. We're not going to do that in this video. We're just going to show you how to do the emulator. If you get one of these where the steering column is not locked, you can just install the emulator and the car is fixed. It will not have a steering column lock after we get done with this, so the steering column will not lock anymore. Make sure you tell your client that the steering column will not lock anymore. Why could that come up as an issue? If they, this is an anti-theft device, they just need to be aware of what you're doing, and then you need to offer them a new steering column lock module or an emulator. But the emulator is going to save them a lot of money. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to access the steering column lock underneath the dashboard. So let me get this cover off. This is always the fun one here.
That's easy.
Yeah, not too bad. The hardest part of them is that Phillips head screw on the hood release. Now, before I go any further, because we did pop the hood. Not that that matters, I just don't want the hood to stay popped and then all of a sudden we forget about it, car gets driven down the road. So we're putting it down here on the ground because we're trying to get the glare off of it. We've got the VVDI Mercedes-Benz tool hooked up. I've got it just hooked up to its interface into the car. So the first thing I want to try to do is I'm going to go into the EIS, which is the ignition switch, and let's see if we can read this. This is going to be, hopefully we can. Beautiful. So we've got that information. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to save that. Always save, always save. So I might have to move this when I'm doing this. So I've got to be able to see what I'm writing here. All right. Oops. All right. So we're going to save that. Yes.
Why are you writing EIS on the end of it?
So that I remember what it is.
Got it.
It's going to be in a certain folder. It's just how I remember things. All right. So that's done. That's beautiful. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the ESL, which is the steering column lock. Actually, you know what? No, first we're going to go into here. Let's do this first. Going to go to password calculation. This is A204.
How do you know that?
It just, well, I know it, but it just said on the other screen.
Okay.
So we can also possibly find that. Sometimes you can find that in part numbers. Yep, so right here, see it says A204. That's how I've always been taught. And Mercedes guys, tell me if I'm wrong. But that's saying, that's just a part number for this sticker, but that's how I've been taught to look for that too. All right, so now we're gonna go here, and this is gonna work. This is, actually I've got to get another part hooked up here, so hang on one second. Oh, here it is. Different adapters and stuff, so we're gonna hook this up. This is just a,
And that's hooked up to the OBD too?
this is hooked up to the OBD connector right now, yes. All right, so now we've just got this, which we're gonna need when we go through this little dance. I'm gonna have to, you're probably gonna have to get in the back seat,
Okay.
and I'm gonna have to have this on my lap because I'm gonna have to be in the car to do this. Because I got to do some dancing with the keys. All right, all we're gonna do here is we're gonna follow the instructions. So we're going to insert a working key. We've got a good key for this car. We're just putting it in the ignition. let it do its thing, take out the working key. All right, so we've got the key out. So, working key. If you cannot finish synchronize, please try follow step when you ask. Okay, working key into the EIS. Insert working key into the device IR reader. All right, that's this here. So working key in that. And then we wait. Normally, while we're waiting for this to happen, I would be under the dash disconnecting the steering column lock module. But for the video purposes, I'm just going to sit here and just go through this. But, you know, try to be efficient. Insert working key into the EIS. So I'm going to take the key, put it in. And we wait. All right, so now we're going to take that key into the reader. We're going to save. All right, so now we're going to upload the data for the password. So we're going to OK, and we're going to go here, upload data. We're going to go to what we just had, which is here. That's why I put key on it, so I know that's what it is. We just did it. So that's uploaded. Upload success. So now we're going to do auto refresh, and we're going to say query result. Okay, so sorry everybody, trying there. I hit auto refresh over here and check that box so that it'll sit there and refresh it so I'll know when it's done. Yes, we're going to auto. We're sure we want to do that? Yes. Okay, and we queried the result. And what that's doing now is it's going to generate a password for us. So that's going to take some time. We don't know how long, but we'll just sit here and wait. Sometimes it's fairly quick, sometimes it takes a little bit. So just be patient. That's why I like doing auto refresh, because you can actually see something happening. But just be patient with it, and you'll see a password come up, and a password will be in that box. So let's wait for that to happen.
This job is about half the cost of what the steering module is for the dealer.
Oh yeah, I mean, depending on if the steering column's not locked, it can be extremely inexpensive, because I mean, you're doing literally what we're doing, and you're out. The cost comes in when the steering column is locked like this one. There's different ways. If you guys go on to Super Mario Brothers YouTube channel, we'll see if we can't link that below. See if you can't find that video and link it below. They've got a great video on how to actually do that without removing the column. This column, we're not going to be able to do it, because this column is actually, it's an electric column, and it's stuck in the up position. We need to get it down. There might be some ways we can get around that. Sometimes we can manually move them a little bit underneath. So we've got our key, by the way, our password. But sometimes we can manually, move it and then get it to electrically move. But there's ways of doing it without taking the column down or out. And then obviously you could just take the column out and drill it out. But when they're locked, there's no easy way to get those out. There's just some easier ways, but there's nothing easy. So, all right, so now we're going to take that key password. We're going to hit copy and make sure it was copied. All right. So now we're going to go back over to the EIS. Okay. We're going to load the EIS data that we did earlier. So now we got there it is right there. So that data is now I don't like the way that did that. No, might not have been. Well, that should have been the one. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the EIS data again. There we go. I like that better. I don't know why I did that. Okay,
Why do you like that better?
because now it's got all the part numbers and everything, and all this is filled in. I don't know why it wasn't a minute ago. Okay, I just pasted the key password here. All right. So now we're going to save this data again. All right. So I don't think we need the erase password. We're going to try this. I've done it with and I've done it without. So we're gonna not do it this time. We're going to see. So we're going to go again. AESWave. Okay, I'm going to put something in there that will remind me. I'm just going to put, this keyboard's, I'm just going to put NW for me. It means nothing. I'm just putting it there so that I know. All right, so all that's saved now. All right, so now that we've got the password, we've got the EIS file saved, we're going to go over to ESL. All right, now, we know it's a W204, we've got that in. I can take this key out of here. I want to show everybody, we should have done this at the beginning. You know, we're still learning on the videos, but I just want to show you guys what will happen when you have an ESL bad. So you put the key in, this comes on, says take your key from the ignition, but when you go to start it, you see nothing's happening. We've got no dash lit up, no radio, there's nothing. There's no response to the key. It just knows the key's in the ignition. So just so you guys are aware. And then it has a code also. So we didn't need this. All right, this is an emulator. They make several different kinds. You can get these from UHS Hardware. UHS Hardware. They make several different kinds of them. Some of them have green lights and all that on them. I kind of like the green and red light ones. This one doesn't have it. I don't have any at this shop right now. It's at the other shop. I didn't feel like going over there and getting one, so we're going to use this one. The good thing about the green and red light is you kind of know when it's done. So, but we're going to be okay. So now we're going to have to get under the dash. I'm going to have to disconnect the ESL. So not as difficult as you might think. So let me get up under there and disconnect it. All right, we're up under here. Kind of show you guys where this is located. So if we go here and we just get our hand out, you know, you got to get up under here. You get your hand behind here, feel around. You'll feel the connector. So I'm on the connector now, got it disconnected, and there it is there. So again, you got to go around on the, sorry guys, I hit the off button. You got to go on the camera. You got to go around on the passenger side, reach all the way around and in. You'll feel this connector, and then you'll unhook it from this side, and then you'll pull it around under on this side. So, and this is our connector now that we're going to work with. All right. So now all we're going to do is take this connector and we're going to plug our emulator into it. So let me get the cameraman back on the camera. Get our emulator. Here's our emulator. Plug it in. All right, so we're done plugging that in. Good. Okay. You want to come back inside?
Sweating bullets.
It is hot. Temperature has gone up 3 degrees.
Oh no, I dropped the camera because my hands were so sweaty.
Yeah. That's why we had to cut earlier. Cameraman dropped the camera because his hands are sweating. It is hot in this car. All right. So we're not going to get any ESL data because we're in the emulator. So let's go ahead. We'll read it just to do that. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I messed you up. Do not plug that emulator in yet. We've got to get this emulator working. So here's how we're going to do that. So back up. See, we all make mistakes. Here we go. So I've got to take this adapter. I bought this adapter just because it makes it handy.
Where'd you get that
You can get it from a UHS also. All of this, you can get these from UHS also. We've got a great guy. If you're interested in buying any of this stuff, we got a great guy that we buy from. I can get you his information and get you to him. So, but good thing about him is he will help you support it. This stuff is not as intuitive as a lot of the equipment we use. So his name's Mike Christofferson. So all right, so I got the emulator, I've got the OBD plug disconnected from the car. We are not connected to the car anymore. We're connected to this harness, and I'm actually going to try something that I've never done before. I'm going to have to go get a plug in. All right, so I had to go get my power adapter. Oh, I was working on something else with this yesterday inside the shop, and I didn't have it in the case. So this is what I'm going to do different. So the power adapter, what we're going to do is we're going to hook it up to the cable. This is going to basically give us, just like the car, it's going to give us 12 volts, just like we were hooked up to the car. So we power this up. So here's the thing I'm using that I haven't used before. This is from Top Don, and this is basically a little power bank. So we're going to see if it works. I have never used it before. I'm plugged into it. How does this come in handy? A lot of times for mobile guys, if you guys are doing mobile work, this would be really good. I don't know how long it's going to last. It does have a power meter on it, so hopefully it'll be a good, at least long enough to do this. This is good for us because I do a lot of these out in the parking lot. Not the best case scenario, especially in the middle of the summer, but you know, steering wheel's locked. This thing doesn't move. Steering wheel's still not going to lock, but at least we can start it when I get done here. I can get that part done, and then one of the other guys can take the module out. So, all right, so let's see if this is going to work. And the great thing is, if the steering column wasn't locked, and I'm using this, and I'm out in the parking lot, when I get done, I'm literally done. This car's going to start and run and drive. The only problem with this one is the steering column's locked. So, okay. Let's go ahead. All right, so now we're here. Read that. So it's reading this one now.
What'd you hit? Read ESL?
All I did was read ESL.
Okay.
Okay. So that's there. All right. So I'm going to save that. Okay. It doesn't even really have anything because I'm just going to leave that as all X's because I'm not going to miss that one. All right. So now we've got that data. I'm going to paste the key that we got earlier. It's still in the clipboard. I haven't done anything with that. So I pasted it there. Okay. Again, I don't think I need that erase. We're going to find out. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to load the VVDI data, the EIS data. All right. Okay, and that put the key password there. So we're good there. All right. So now we've got everything loaded. We're going to hit auto clear TP and personalized. So we want to do that. We want this thing personalized when we get done here. So all we've done now is I've loaded the VVDI MB EIS data. Okay, that's here. All right. When you do that, that key password should come in, but if not, you can paste it in. All right. And now I read the ESL, I saved the ESL, although it's this. I don't think you really have to do that, but it's just something I do. Now I'm going to write it. So hit write. So we're writing this vehicle now to this. Yes, we are using a simulator, an emulator. So let's hit yes. All right. That says success. All right. So if everything is done and if we're good, then this thing should now let the car key up, everything key up and work. So let's try it. So now I'm going down here to where I plugged it in earlier that I didn't need to. But now I'm going down to the plug-in where I had it earlier, where we disconnected the ESL. I'm plugging it in, okay? Key in. We definitely have nothing.
I think I just figured something out, Beavis. What? This sucks. Yeah, it really sucks. This sucks more than anything that has ever sucked before.
All right, guys, we had a bit of an issue with the other one, and you know we're working through this too. We don't always get it perfect every time, so we're going to see what I did wrong there. You guys are probably going to know way more than me because you can rewatch that video. I'll do it later. But all right, so I've got a new emulator in it, okay? Now, I've got the other one working, but I want to know what we did wrong there. So the new emulator's in it. It's hooked up to the it's not in the car, it's hooked up to the software, okay? So again, got my power hooked up to the top down little power unit down here. I've read the ESL, okay? I figured there's not going to be much in it, all right? So now what I did a second ago was I hit W204 ESL emulator, and then I went through that little process, but I want to try something before we do that. I want to load the EIS data again, and this time I'm going to load it, the EIS data, I'm going to load this one. Last time I believe I loaded this one with the capital letters, that's why, hang on, make sure I'm doing this right. Alright, that says new, that's 7.6, no, it's not that one. I want to go.
Yeah, the best way is to know, you look at your dates.
Yeah, I see my dates here, but I thought I did this lowercase one, and I think there's a different type of, that's not a hex data, and that's where I think some of my issue is, and I don't know why it's not showing up on this screen. Let's try this. Let's try this. Okay, I think this is the right one, okay? Because there's two different datas that get saved. If you notice it was the hex data and then the first one. This was the first one because I put capital NW, and then the second one I put capital N lowercase w. So let's try this. So this would be the first one that I saved, and then it says, do you want to save it as hex data? And I said yes. All right, so now let's write it. I got everything in. So now we're writing this one. Yes, it's an emulator. It says success. So let's see if that works. I know the other one works. The other one I fixed. The other one I got working. All right. All right, so now that's the one we just did. And this one works now. So now we've got all the lights on the dash. Everything's working. Turn these wipers off. Where's my wipers? Go. And car starts and runs. All right, so what did I do different on that one than on the first one? I believe on the first one, I picked out the capital N lowercase w, which would have been the hex data, and I didn't need to do that. Okay, so it's a learning process for me too. I guess on the previous ones I probably have grabbed the right one, and that time I just didn't. So make sure you differentiate between those two when you're doing this so that you know which one to put in there. And again, guys, this thing is a, you know, I'm no expert at this, clearly you can see that. And I've probably done half a dozen of these things. So there's a lot of guys out there that have probably done dozens and dozens of them that are really quick at it. Just kind of show you that it can be done even by somebody like me. So you got to work your way through it, and I will tell you that if you buy from Mike, he can get you set up with a Facebook group. It's a real good Facebook group. So Mike Christopherson, if you want his information, let me know below. I don't want to post his information publicly. I don't really know how he wants me to do that, but I'll get a hold of him and ask. But what I want to just let you know is if you buy, you can buy this from lots of different places, and you'll may have no help at all. But if you buy from Mike, you will get some help. You've got a Facebook group, like I said, and you'll be able to post some questions on there, and you might even be able to get a hold of Mike too. So, but as you can see, this car is now running. It didn't take us that long, even with the mess up. I want to say this probably took us way less than 45 minutes, and this car's running. If this steering wheel wasn't locked, this car would be ready to go down the road at this point. We'll put the cover back on, we'll be ready to go down the road. So, so anyway, I hope this helped. You know, if you have any questions or any comments or anything, please leave them down below. So we love the comments. Please leave the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want some information from Mike. If you want me to give you his information, I'll get with him and see if we can set up something where you can get a hold of him. And
Working on a series for AC.
And we are definitely working on a AC series. It's going to be more than one video. It's going to be a little in depth. I want to make sure we get a lot of the information out there. It's not super hard, but I just want to make sure we get it all out there. So, all right. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We're out here melting. Give us a thumbs up for making this video out here in the hot sun, trying to get it made for you guys to help you out. Hit that notification bell so you get notified, and definitely subscribe. If nothing else, hit that subscribe button. A lot of you guys watch this, don't hit the subscribe. Hit that button right now. So we really appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.